Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email us, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase, pricing, and availability questions concerning this watch. Today we're discussing a 2024 launch. This is the Vacheron Constantin Overseas self-winding, but what was new for 24 was the green dial. So in 5N red gold with an olive green dial, this watch is versatile. It does come in a full bracelet variant, but the example here, in my opinion, is a bit better balanced as it includes two accessory straps, both green, one in leather, and then the one you see here in rubber. The watch is 41 millimeters in diameter, thinner than you'd expect at 10.8 millimeters thick, and then 48.9 from lug tip to lug tip. It wears more compact on the strap than it does on the bracelet. So on the bracelet, I would say a wrist no smaller than mine. My wrist is 16 centimeters, but we're looking at this watch on the strap here, and you can see the flexibility of the strap. So I'd say on the strap, this watch can wear on a 15 centimeter circumference wrist. Here's your definitive down the barrel angle that shows the lugs are not quite out over the edge. And just as every Marine, if necessary, can be a rifleman, every Vacheron at heart is a dress watch too. So if you want to put this on the leather and wear it with a suit, it is a Vacheron, and every Vacheron has the heart of a dress watch, even this one. Their elegance transcends categories. Even the sports watches can be worn with tuxedos. We have a buckle in rose gold, and just as Vacheron has a quick release system for the straps on these, this is actually the 4520 reference that has the upgraded quick release system. You can also see there is a new quick release system for the buckle itself. So that's how you remove the buckle to transfer it over to the other strap that comes with the watch. On the underside, some striations, little hollows to thin it out, make it more pliant. We also have a serration pattern inspired by the Maltese cross logo of the company. Very easy to reassemble, just like a car seatbelt buckle. You snap it back into place. Screw down crown, 150 meter water resistance, far more than standard for the class. It's beautifully finished, and you can see how the case features a polished flank with a little bit of negative tumble home. You can see how it's angled outward like that. Then we have an expanding bevel on each of the lug hoods with satination on the lug top. The Maltese cross motif is recognizable in the form of the bezel. A distinctive feature of the third generation, the bezel sits on a circular plinth below. So we have polished outer faces of the bezel, a little satin brushed recesses. The plinth is brushed on its top but polished on its outer face. Maltese cross on that screw down crown. By the way, the watch also has a soft iron ring around the movement that makes it 25,000 ampere per meter anti-magnetic. Remember, 4,800 ampere per meter per the ISO 764 is anti-magnetism. So this is 25,000. Quite a bit more, and perhaps more than you'd ever expect of a Vacheron. Let's take a look at the lume. The hands and indices are rose gold, but the lume is blue, and there's no shortage of it. Taking a look at the dial, we have rose gold hands, indices, date frame, and logo. The idea of making them 18 karat is that they will never tarnish or oxidize. Outboard, you can see that there is a gloss green chapter ring that features minutes, seconds, and oddly, fractions of seconds. Then we have a little faceted frame for the date, which includes both media blast and polish. It's a beautifully elegant transition from the dial to the date disc. The watch includes a sunburst green metallic base, but if you look at the track underneath the hours, there's also a brushed track beneath that includes seconds and minutes. We'll take a quick look at some of the subsidiary features here. The watch does not feature hacking. That's the only shortcoming. That's the only thing I would change if I were the king of Vacheron. However, it does feature a quick set that is extraordinarily snappy and quick. We're going to turn it all over, take a look at the movement. Three things changed with the third generation Overseas. We got a display case back, in-house caliber, and Geneva seal for the first time. So you're looking at a Geneva seal watch, not just the movement, though you can see it, but also the case back, as it is now a standard for the entirety of the timepiece. Look at the rotor, 22 karat gold with ceramic bearings for maximum winding efficiency. Not 21 karat, not 18 karat, and God help us, not rose gold plated tungsten like some. So we've got polishing, media blast, chiseling, satination, that is brushing, on this rotor, which has multiple hand-applied finishes, solarization on the center of the ball bearing, stripes laid down by abrasive wheel across the bridges. We have mirrored anglage. We have polished locating pegs to locate bridges on substructures. We have polish within all of the jewel and screw sinks. All screw heads are polished on their tops and chamfered in their slots and circumference. Twin barrel automatic movement, 60-hour power reserve, 4 Hertz beat rate, 37 pivot jewels, adjusted in 5 positions, which is the high horology and chronometer standard. You can see the quality of those bevels right there. There's engine turning on the base plate. The movement is 30.6 millimeters in diameter, and thus it properly fills out this large-sized case. A hand and glove fit emblematic of Vacheron's emergence as a manufacturer, not a purchaser of movements. It doesn't have to settle for a movement that doesn't fit a big case. This watch fits beautifully on my wrist. You don't have to be huge to wear a watch with a lot of presence, and I do think that the effect of the green strap against the rose gold makes this an everyday watch in ways that the full gold, full bracelet watch maybe isn't for a lot of people. So reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.